I'm joined by Jason Anderson, Programming Director of the Kingston Canadian Film Festival. Welcome, Jason.
Hi.
Hi. So I've always looked forward to the film festival. I usually gorge on. I set up a whole weekend where I just go from film to film to film. Not this year. So how do I get to see these films this year?
Well, I mean, like a lot of festivals, like a lot of arts events, during the pandemic, we've had to change tactics, just because, and it's it's unfortunate we can't be in our usual amazing venues this year, but we have the films, and we really are really excited to be able to present them online this year. We're doing it all digital, but we'll have, the same bounty of great Canadian films and talks and Q&As and all kinds of stuff that's really gonna, we hope, really make it special. And even if we can't be physically together, we're still gonna be able to sort of really, I think, introduce films to the viewers, these great viewers in Kingston, and really celebrate Canadian cinema again, which, we all could use whatever uplift we can get. So
Right. And there's always a few that you say, this is really the highlight of the festival. What films should we really be looking for?
oh geez, it's like I can't pick any. They're all my children.
You're right. Which is your favorite kid?
Yes, I didn't make these films, but I did. We definitely go through a lot. I mean, we see dozens and dozens of films every year to kind of pick the ones that we think are going to have the best impact on audiences here. So certainly, I mean, some of the big ones. I mean, we've got some great sort of starry ones. There's a terrific one called My Salinger Year, which is the latest by the Quebec director Philippe Falardeau. People may remember from Monsieur Lazare, which was a big Oscar nominee from some years ago. His new one is this kind of amazing sort of New York literary story that does involve J.D. Salinger and stars Sigourney Weaver, and that's a really terrific film. I think it's going to go over really well. Another starry one, Death of a Ladies' Man, starring Gabriel Byrne, in this really great, kind of late career kind of role for him, and it's full of all these. We've got this amazing, really imaginative use of Leonard Cohen's music. So it's like, if you're a Leonard Cohen fan, it's got extra appeal for sure. And another one, actually, just to throw a left field one, we actually have a really good female werewolf movie. I'm always happy to have a really strong female, it's one called Bloodthirsty. It's got some great Kingston connections to it as well, but it's one really excited to show. And because we like to have a really diverse program full of all kinds of voices and perspectives and styles, and really just because, it's Canadian cinema is certainly not just one thing. It's all kinds of things and by all kinds of people with all kinds of stories. We really like to give as much of that diversity as we can to audiences every year.
It's a way of celebrating our country, among other things, as well as the filmmakers that we say, wow, how about that? And let's not forget our terrific scenery that we have in our country too. So I'm always surprised at how young some of the filmmakers are. Do we have any really young ones this time?
Well, it's interesting because one of the ones we're featuring, which is sort of a special local talent showcase, a film called How to Fix Radios by a team from the Kingston area. And I don't know if they've actually kind of aged past their teens yet. I think they might have a 1 as the first number in their ages. So it's it's just a tremendous sort of achievement by a super young team that are like really talented. So there's, certainly that. We're great to have some other first features we're really excited about. One from Calgary about a homeless band, which is really powerful, called Vagrant. Really strong young director for that. And certainly one of the really best first features we've seen in a long time, called Beans by Tracy Deer, who people might remember from an APTN show she did called Mohawk Girls. And this is a sort of semi-autobiographical story of a young girl, adolescent girl, growing up with the Oka crisis as kind of the backdrop for her sort of coming of age story, which is a pretty, powerful and unique thing. And it really is, I think, maybe my favorite film in the festival, which is, I'll mention it again, Beans by Tracy Deer, just because I know I'm throwing all kinds of titles at people. But yeah, I think that's a great starting point for sure. I believe it is our opening night film too.
So it's the same as going in person, where you have to really set up your schedule so you can get from one to the next, to the next, to the next. So where can they find out what films are showing and what the films are about? How can I do that?
We've got it all up online, just like everything else is online these days, at www.kingcanfilm.com. And you're going to find all your ticket and pass information there, everything on the films. And we're going to have, I'm going to be part of the festival again, as doing a lot of interviews, Q&As with filmmakers. And because like everyone's kind of at home and often they have some time on their hands, so we're really excited because we're going to have Q&As and chances to sort of interact with just about every director with a film in the festival this year, which we're really, really excited about.
Well, I'll look forward to kicking back in my fuzzy slippers, my bowl of popcorn, and enjoying the film. So thank you so much for being with us today.
Thanks so much.